Hello, hello. That's good. Yeah, start out, choke. Good idea. I like how that goes. It's wonderful. Can't speak? Ah, yes, you always can speak, Lori. Oh my God, I was just watching an incredibly funny comic, also inappropriate AF. So I was vacillating back and forth between laughing like a hyena and going, what the hell is he doing? You know, it's just one of those moments. What can I tell you? Well, my life has totally changed. My life is so different right now, I don't freaking recognize the thing. And it's not a bad thing. It's just weird. It's just so freaking weird. Hi. My cat's right over here talking to me. Okay, so it's just weird. Ashes, hey baby. Hi, Shaw. All I can see is Shaw. Hi, guys. I was just talking to myself. Just telling myself how my life has completely changed. It is so weird. Thank you for the hearts, my darling. How are you, Shauna? Hi, guys. It's good to see you. It's the craziest day ever. I tell the truth. Hi, guys. Is everybody feeling completely loony? Is it just me? I was just listening to an incredibly funny comic. And at the same time, he's also inappropriate AF. And so I'm sitting there, and 1 minute I'm like laughing out loud, and the next minute I'm going, what the F? What's happening? Today is light. You know, it's remarkable. It's remarkable what's happening in our world. Like it depends on where you look. It really depends on where you look and how much you focus there. Oh my God. In fact, I was going to show you guys something so cool. All right. Is there really only one of us in here? Like besides me? Is that real? I can never tell.
They might try.
But I just found something on, I don't even know where I am. What is Reels? Is Reels Facebook or TikTok? I can't remember anything anymore because it doesn't matter. I don't care. Not because I'm old, but because I just don't care. You know, you can always look it up. Why should I remember it? So there. I'm Lori with the Goodbye Good Girl Project, and this is where you take day trips from your trauma, baby. This is where you come for a day trip from your trauma. Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is. In fact, you could take a whole life journey away from your frickin' trauma because I did it. I don't mean that you never have a bad moment again. I mean, you can get there in ways that they didn't bother to tell you you could go. They told you that the only thing you could do is therapy and workshops and stuff, which are great. I love them. But they told you that was all you could do, and that is a big fat lie. It's a big fat lie. So much of this healing stuff is in your hands. And the reason that you're like, yeah, sure, is because nobody's telling you about it. And also, maybe you're just lifting your weights and getting ready, but that's not good enough if you're impatient. And if you're in pain, you're like, forget that, man. I want to be healed, right? I want to be healed. I need it right now. Okay. Excuse me. So one of the things that I've been talking about on this channel is, I call it a channel. Do they call TikTok stuff channel? Anyway, I'm doing it. And by the way, thank you for the hearts, and please keep on with that and share this out, because guess what? We have got the astrological wind at our back now. Are you ready? Here, let me put my other glasses on that don't have any glass in them. Cool, right? Wow, what a crazy fucking day. Is Wise Virgin here? Hi, baby. It's so good to see you. And Blondie, well, this is great. Hi, Mrs. Priester. Hi, guys. Candy. This is awesome. This is totally awesome. Okay. I have some really cool shit to share with you guys. Okay. This is where you come to take day trips. Just the coolest thing. Okay. Ready for this? Now you're going to have to tell me by putting a Y in the, the letter Y into the chat if you can hear this, because otherwise it's a bust. But this is cool shit. Hold on.
As much as they might try, they can't pinpoint exactly what consciousness is, because it's not a physical phenomenon. It is a metaphysical phenomenon. It is beyond. And so, but in quantum physics, one of the main principles of it is something called the observer effect, that whenever we observe the particle and its state of being, that is when it actually manifests into that state of being. Prior to that point of observation, prior to taking an exact measurement, it could be in many possible states of being, infinite possibilities there in the quantum field. So the observer effect is that a conscious and aware being needs to become aware of that state, of that particle, or whatever it is that we're experimenting on. And until a conscious and aware being becomes aware of that measurement, it's in a quantum superposition. It's in a quantum...
Okay, you hear what she said? She said something about you are in a quantum superposition. What the hell does that mean? How many of us are physics people, are physicists? I'm not. But I'm freaking a metaphysicist, and the two are the same. So I understand enough to get in trouble. Ready to go with me? We're in a superposition. Here's the deal, y'all. This speaks directly to what manifestation really is. Okay? It's about what it really is. Oh, thank you, Wise Virgin. Thank you. So here we are. We live in a quantum field. What the heck? We live in a quantum field. What? Which is energy. It's energy. I say it all the time. We are energy. We're made of that. We are just denser vibrations focused on the physical so we can stay here in this crazy place. Hi, Sandy. Yeah, it's cool. Would you guys do me a favor while I'm talking? Would you please keep hitting the screen, get me some hearts, and share this out so we get more crazy people like us to come in? That would be nice, right? Let people know they're not... Yes. Yes, matter is energy first. Yes. Preach, Wise Virgin, preach to the multitude. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Lulu. Yes. All right, so if we are energy first, this is so cool. And this is what I learned in 2022 when I healed 40 years of frickin' depression in 5 frickin' days, observing my emotions from a small distance, really super frickin' small. From like, let me look at what it feels like, not let me judge what it feels like, but what does it feel like? Is it sharp? Is it dull? And not trying to push it away. Okay, so this is what I learned. Now she's talking about a superposition. Anytime we look at our reality, we are in a place of superposition. We get to decide what we look at. Thank you, Lulu. Please, everybody, share this out for me. I would so appreciate it. Also, if you put hashtag FYP in the chat, if you put emojis in the chat, it pushes it out. Thank you. So here we are. We wake up in the morning and we go, I'm going to have a shit day. Okay. The universe goes, okay. The energy around you, the quantum physics, the cells, the molecules, everybody goes, okay, fine. Cool, I'm in alignment, because we're vibration and you can't just go, I'm here and the energy's somewhere else. No, you're it. Tag, you're it. Absolutely, you are it. What the hell? What does that mean? It means you have so much more freaking power than you ever knew, but you suspected it. You suspected it, right? Yes. Thank you, Sandy, you sweetheart. Thank you. You suspected. That's why you got into spiritual stuff. It's why you got into physics, curiosity. It's why you started looking outside the box. It's why you're sitting here going, what the hell is going on in this country? And you know what's going on in this country. Uh-oh. I hope I'm back. I hope we're back. Lulu. We know what's going on in this country. It's breaking up because it cannot maintain. Thank you, Shauna. It can't maintain. Okay. So, here's the question. How do you use this information to make your life better? Does that sound like a simple question? Because it ain't. It is not a simple question. The minute you focus on something, for just a little bit. It's not what we need to do as much. Ooh, this gets tricky. Thank you for the question, Lulu. So, what I found out was that as I was sitting in the deepest, darkest depression of my life, and I'd already had 2 nervous breakdowns over the years that I was in this crap, what I discovered was that if I didn't try to push that energy away, if I just let it be, kind of like letting wine and the silt of a new bottle of wine settle to the bottom of the glass, if I just was there with it and I didn't freak out as I had done for 40 years and run away from it or try to push it away or anything like that, that alone wasn't going to do it for me. I was scared. And I went, ooh, the energy, it's the energy. I was listening to Abraham Hicks, and Abraham said, all you need is a slightly better feeling thought. And my slightly better feeling thought was, okay, I feel like I'm dying, so how could I have a better feeling thought, but I'll give it a shot. I think I might be a badass because I'm still here after all these decades and I'm still trying. And that felt a little bit better. And then I focused on that for as long as I could get some juice out of it, even though it wasn't exciting. Oh my God, that's really not very exciting. That's what I wrote in my journal. It's not very exciting, but it's interesting. I guess it's interesting because I didn't know that another feeling could exist within this horrible thing that I've lived with for 40 years. After about 10 minutes of back and forth, feeling something slightly better, going back into the depression, feeling something slightly better, going into the depression, after 10 minutes, I was no longer in danger, and after 5 days, I was healed. So, that's energy. That's the place of energy. So what do you have to do? That's a tricky question. That's a tricky freaking question, isn't it? But what does that make you think about? This is the important thing, is what do you think? Don't sit and wait for me to give you another, piece of information. Listen to what you're thinking as a result of what I just said. You are the one. This is how we've been enculturated, you guys. This is how we've been brainwashed. You are the one who has to know what you are thinking. You're the one who has to know what your response is, what your body is responding to. That's where your sonar is. That's where your information and your freedom from your limitations is. That's where it is. So tell yourself, since you're not telling me in the chat, and that is fine. You have your privacy and I'm good with it. But ask yourself, when I tell you that I cured 40 years of frickin' clinical depression in 5 days, what does your head say? What does your body do? What does your face do? Does your face go, yeah, sure. What are you selling? Right? Like, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? You've got to bring yourself into the frickin' room. That's what this time in our human history is all about. Bring yourself into the room. Especially if you're a woman, you've been enculturated to death about you're not important. I'll tell you whatever I can, Sarah. Tell you more about what? Or is that what's going on in your head? Yeah, I mean, as women, about the cure, okay. Here's the deal, and this is something you have to do, you have to try, you have to work with, you have to kind of noodle around with it to see how it works for you. You are an amazing, unusual, unique, fabulous person, and you're the one who doesn't know it. I'm the one who doesn't know it. Like, we've got to start to know it. And you don't do it by convincing yourself. What I did, without meaning to, during those 5 days, was I literally changed the grooves in my physical brain. Now, if you think I was up there tinkering, you're wrong. If you think I knew what the hell I was doing in that respect, no, I didn't. But you see, if we're made of energy, this is so cool. If we're made of energy, and where we focus is where we congregate more of that energy and it gets more dense, then my concentrating on the pain makes it more painful. Now, that's not to blame us. Obviously, if you're in pain, you're going to feel it and focus on it. You're going to want it to be gone and all the stuff, right? Stop arguing with yourself. You're in a body, there are nerve endings, and shit hurts, and it doesn't feel good, and you're allowed to go, ouch. Okay? You're allowed to go, ouch. I'm Lori with the Goodbye Good Girl Project, and this is where you take a damn day trip from your traumas and from thinking that all of your limitations are yours. Does that mean you don't have traumas? No, that's not what it means. Anyway, what happens with physics, as far as I understand it, as somebody who's not a physicist, is that when you bring, but I have experienced this, so I figure I'm the expert for me. So here we have depression. 40 years of stinking depression, clinical depression. And all I did for 10 minutes, was I brought a slightly better thought in, something that I couldn't argue with, because like, I think I might be a badass, was, for me, in that moment, like, yeah, well, at least I'm surviving. That's how it translated, and I had no problem with that. And you know what? Well, at least I'm surviving. Beats the shit out of, I think I'm going to be gone in the morning because I can't take all the pain. Thank you, Valerie. Right? I mean, we have to go granular. This is the magic that we women are heir to, and we've been so freaking socialized out of it. And so I want you to see the truth of energy, which is that you take a tiny, tiny granular bit of a slightly better feeling thought that you decide you want to feel. Break that rule of, well, if I'm miserable, I guess I just have to live with it till it stops. No. You get to stop it. You get to stop it. I can't do that. I don't know how. And you never will if you never try something. It's kind of rough, I know, but it is also true. If we're not looking for the answer, if all we're doing is looking at the problem, then we get more of the problem. Right? So, here's what happens. In the simplest terms, you walk into your apartment, your house, your dwelling at night, and it's pitch black. There's the darkness. There's the darkness, and what do you do? What do you do when you walk in there? Do you go grab a shovel and try to get the darkness out of there? Come on, let's get out, get out, get out, because I can reveal the light. You don't do that, do you? What have you been doing to yourself for years with personal growth stuff? You've been delving into your darkness to try to get to the light. Do you see the corollary? Do you see that this is not how it works? Maybe that's not how it works. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. And you know what? The reason that we don't know that is because they don't want you to know it. When I say they, I'm not talking about some grand conspiracy of people who come together every day and go, let's keep women down. It was put into place at the start of religion. Let's just not talk about the feminine, because the feminine is their own direct access to their wholeness and their intuition and their divinity. So let's keep them away from that. Let's keep them coming to the pretty building with the people wearing the funny outfits and have them give us all their money and their free will. No thanks. No thank you. Hey, you guys, would you keep hitting the screen for me? You can, if you don't agree with me, you can just punch me in the face, right? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, let's hearts, because you know what happens? We get other freaky people like us in here who are like, oh shit, I thought I was alone, I'm not. And that's good, right? It's really good. Okay. So here we are. We live in a state of what did she call it? Where are you? Where'd she go? Super consciousness, where every possibility is always in front of us at every moment. Dang, it's too hot in here. I have to take this off. Every possibility is in front of us at every moment. What? Yeah, that's why they say you're one with the divine, because the divine is everything, and you are one with everything, and that, therefore every possibility is around us at all times. Is your mind blown yet? Because if not, you're not listening. Hello, Tracy. You're one with everything. So why wouldn't everything be present? Then how come I can't have it? Then how come I can't have all my money? Thank you, Lulu. Thank you, baby. How come, where's my money? And where's my health? And where's my mental health? And where's the love in my life? And where's the balance? And where is that stuff? Where's my stuff? If I have it all, where can I go buy it? You know, what's going on? This is the mental shift that we're being invited into as we journey from the age of Pisces that we've just barely left and come into this age of Aquarius that we're in. And Aquarius is about infinite possibilities. It's about creativity. It's about out of the box. It's about epiphanies. It's about creative things you never thought you could even begin to receive as messages, much less think about. It is amazing. It's amazing. And it all comes from you. Holy crap. Hey! Goodbye, girl. We must be related. We must be related over here. You have every bit of power you need. And the reason you don't have the stuff, the reason you don't see what it is you don't have the starting point. I mean, the only thing I have is the starting point, and I've been deepening the starting point. But the journey is like, wow, it's so different. It's such a different game than the one we've been taught to play. We've been taught to play the patriarchal game. What is the patriarchal game? The patriarchal game is you live in a world of black and white. You're a winner or you're a loser. That's it. You don't get to be in the middle. You're a winner or you're a loser. You're a man, which means that you are not female, which is a big distinction of being a man. You're not being feminine. You're not being a woman. Or you're a woman. Oh, forgive me for existing. Bullshit. Now, you might think, because we all do, that knowing this stuff means that we should automatically be free of it. I'm woke, I know about these things, I know how this works, and yet I'm not free of it. What's going on? Am I stupid? No, you're not stupid, you're only incomplete. You're incomplete in your consciousness, not in your being. Your being is fully knitted and beautiful and everything else. Your consciousness is incomplete because you are only looking at one sliver of who you are. It's the sliver that we've been taught to look at, which is, what have I done in this physical world? What have I accomplished in this physical world? What can I do with my body and my so-called willpower? What can I do? And am I winning doing that stuff? And if not, I'm a failure. Do you see the setup? Is this making sense? Hi, Carrie. Do you see it? Do you see how that hems you in? Do you understand? Somebody say yes or no in the chat. It won't hurt, I promise. Do you get what I'm saying? Thank you, Lulu. And if the answer is no, put no. Thank you, Tracy. And if you're like, I don't agree with you, put I don't agree with you in the chat. Let's have a conversation. Autumn Ray, hey baby. The only rule in here is don't be an asshole. That's the only rule. You want to discuss things that we disagree about, we will do that. And if I can't handle it, I will tell you that rather than screaming at you, and we will stop. Vice versa. You can't handle it. You go, I can't handle this. I want to kick your ass. I go, great. Thank you for the honesty. See you later. Bye-bye. This is how adults deal with differences. This is how you deal with them, not like, I know we love that. It's a great energy, but we need to use it for something positive. But I'm getting off track here. Okay, so here we are. We are amazing beings. We are beings of light. We are beings of literal energy, literal light. We literally are. And we're running around to all of these different things, trying to figure out, how do I break the curse? One of the big rules of patriarchy is to believe on every conceivable level that you are flawed and doomed. I'm not just talking religion. It's any time that you're up against something that you don't have the answer for yet, quite often what your head, what your being, what your insides do is they go, well, I can't. I don't know how. There's no answer that's already out there that I've seen, so I guess I can't. Those two little words, I can't, are what the patriarchy is about. Thank you, Lulu. That's what the patriarchy is about, and you're buying it because you had to. Not because you're stupid, you're brilliant. You had to buy it. You had to survive, didn't you? You came in here as a tiny baby, you didn't have any armor. Okay, what's this place about? Oh, I shouldn't cross against the light or I'll get killed? Okay, thanks, Mom. I can't do that or I'll be killed. We get it all because that's true. Don't walk in front of a car, you moron. Don't do it. But then we think that anything that we don't know how to do or that we've been told is dangerous is absolute truth, and it's not. It's not absolute truth. And so we stop ourselves. Tracy, thank you for the share, baby. Everybody, please share this out for me. Whew. We believe it. So what we believe it? Who cares? What does that have to do with my life? Everything. It has everything to do with your life because how you feel, how you and I feel, the collection of thoughts, beliefs, expectations, perspectives is what gives us the mélange of colors that we are at any given moment. It's not like you can say, I want to set myself on purple and then I'm going to stay there my whole life. Nope. You are an ever evolving, moving ball of energy. Yep, that's you. And meanwhile, you and I and the rest of the prisoners in the loony bin are going, but I can't. Because I've never done that before. I can't because I've never heard of it. I can't because I've never seen it. So the greatest teacher is experience. That's the greatest teacher of all. It blows past all of your mental, emotional resistances, all of your psychological, all of your religious training. It goes straight against, it goes, yeah, that must be bullshit because I just experienced it. Experience is what teaches. But if you're not at the experience place yet, is that okay? It doesn't feel okay, but it's okay. You know why it's okay? I just learned this about my own self this frickin' week. God, and it's only Tuesday. I wasn't strong enough and I needed to get strong. My best friend said it's like the what do you call it? It's like the butterfly that climbs up the tree, and the caterpillar that climbs up the tree creates its own tomb, goes in, becomes total mush, and comes out beautiful. But before it comes out beautiful, it's in there going, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. And it needs to do that because that is strengthening its wings. God, what a process. Why didn't somebody tell us this when we were like 4 years old? Could we get in the machine and go back to when we were 4 and go, by the way, would it help? I don't know. I don't know. No idea. So if you are more energy than matter, which is what you are made of, you are more waveforms and dots than you are your home, your marriage, your where you grew up. None of that is you. That gave you colors to pull from. And some of them you love, and some of them you're like, I'm going to spend the rest of my life getting rid of that crap. But you know, like, that's not who you are. You are made of energy. And that means you need to find a language to speak that will connect you with that energy so you can start to put your energy out just by feeling it. You don't even have to package it and mail it out, man. You just have to feel it. You just have to let yourself, you have to understand that, yes, I can decide to feel differently, but not by pushing the other stuff away, not by ignoring it, not by denying it, but by choosing to simultaneously bring in the feminine, which has always been here and we've been told to ignore, and we've been good students. So instead, bring in the feminine, bring in the slightly better feeling thought. This is what Abraham Hicks talks about all the time on YouTube. And I didn't understand a word of it, but then I lived it. And then I went, oh, I get it. Because I kept, knock on the damn door. And Sunday, thank you for the follow. My name's Lori. I'm with the Goodbye Good Girl Project. I do talks, I write, I do workshops. I've got a workshop called Reclaim. And it is a real day trip from your trauma. You can blast right past your trauma into becoming more of who you want to be. Because this whole idea of you have to heal before you hit the light, you have to heal before you can be better, you have to heal before you can feel okay, is complete patriarchal bullshit. It's not true. Whew. Really? You sure? I am now sure. 40 years of clinical depression gone in 5 days. And I noticed it leaving. I noticed the shift. I noticed my ability to make shifts tiny in just 10 minutes. Okay, let's see, 40 years, 10 minutes. You do the math. You do the math. There, go look for stories like mine. Go on to like Claude.ai and go listen. I was listening to this woman talk about how she healed her clinical depression after 40 years in 5 days. And she said it had something to do with energy. And can you give me some more stories about how energy is our source code? Give me some more stories. Convince me. Convince me. You owe yourself this. We've been prisoners for a really long time. It was the game. If you want to really zoom out on this one, this is the evolution of not just the human being, but the whole universe. The universe, everything, all energy is always expanding. And there's no limit, so on we go. Uncomfortable for me as a human. I like the idea of resting somewhere that's home, you know what I mean? But it is awesome, Shauna. It's complete awesomeness. It's every 26,000, what now? Every 26,000 years is another gargantuan cycle of the universe. Every 2,600 years is the next evolution of the human being. And guess where we're standing? We're at 2,600. We're doing the evolutionary shuffle, y'all. And we're sitting here going, what the hell does that even mean? I read some man years ago in the 1980s who said that his take at the time was that we were going to literally grow wings. That's a neat trick. I'm down. If I could fly, that sounds great. I like it. But, I'm open for new ideas, and I wasn't always. And the longer I live and the more I do this work, the more I'm more and more open to new ideas without automatically going, nope, it's never been done, therefore it can't be. Here we are. Evolution, baby. And yet, in the middle of this, we can feel so stuck because we only know the game we've been taught. And my thesis, the thing I'm writing a book about, the thing I'm starting to develop a movie about, is how we're not fighting our individual traumas and our individual histories as much as we are fighting within a system that was created to make sure that you never win. So anything that you've said to yourself, oh, I really failed, there's so much to that had nothing to do with you. It had to do with your programming, your brainwashing. I'm telling you, it's just, that thing, that phrase, the truth will set you free? That's what all of the great, the great enlightened masters come to. They come to demonstrate what it feels like, because when you're in their presence, it's remarkable. If you don't know her, look for Amachi on YouTube. You might feel a thing or two. They come to show us that this reality we're in might be a reality, a kind of reality, but it is not a reality based in inevitability. Please share this out, you guys, for me, would you? And please keep hitting the screen and get some hearts. Really got to get more people in here. I really appreciate you. Mage of Mass. That makes me think of Bernstein's Mass, which was utterly gorgeous. Find it on YouTube. You will not be sorry. Hello, Valerie. Thank you so much. I keep thinking of that movie, The Help, which I think is one of the most brilliant movies. Ain't you tired, Miss Hilly? Ain't you tired? That moment is Hilly realizing that her whole game has been seen. That no bullshit, no lie, I see you. And I ain't afraid of you. You know what that does when you're in the middle of feeling really shitty? When you can look at what you feel and be the investigator, the explorer, the curious one, instead of the one who goes, "Wah!" and starts screaming and beating yourself up from the inside, which is what I did for so long. It's a qualitative difference. And quality is what we have to focus on if we want to get free of feeling doomed. Because if you're honest, and if you're aware that there are things that you've wanted to do and be and have, and that you've tried a lot, or that you haven't tried because you've already assumed, I can't, then you will see that you have been set up for failure in the only way that matters, which is consciousness. Because once you open your awareness to something that I call possibilities thinking, not positive thinking, that just puts you into the black and white dynamic. I'm negative, I'm positive. Forget that. Possibilities thinking. You put yourself into that, and baby, you are fucking cooking with gas. Seriously, you are. It's amazing. And there's a lot to this, because for one thing, if you start playing on that playground, not many kids over in that playground, but the kids that are there, you really, you're with them. You're like, these are my people. But you start playing in that one, and you're like, I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't even know what I'm waiting for. I don't even know what's up over here. That's the hardest part for us. What is going on? What's happening? What are you doing? My cat is like strumming a guitar, but there's no guitar in the room. So I'm like, what? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing. Oh, I know what it is. It's the coils underneath the couch. Sounds like a guitar. Good Lord, that was trippy. And yes, I'm all about trippy, but sometimes it's just the coils under the couch. That was funny. I like that. Here we are, brainwashed. Oh, I can't. Oh, I'm limited. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. When you have possibilities thinking, what you have is you go, this is the way I see the world. Do it with me. Put your hands up by your temples, right? This is how I see the world. Because this is what we do. We do this to stay safe. We're not idiots. We go, I'm going to stay safe up in here. I don't want to know if there's something over there I have to worry about. I don't want to know if that horrible thing is coming. I just want to be happy over here and try to maintain this. Some part of us knows that I'm partially in charge of the quality of this experience, but I'm just not going to look. It's too much. It's too big for me. I don't understand it, and I can't. That's fair. Now, what do you do if you'd like to go beyond that? What do you do if you're like, this is boring, and I would like to do this? What do you do? Because I like being practical about stuff. I could quote dogma to you all day long and all night, but who gives a crap? You are one with all that is. That's nice. Can you live it? If not, what difference does that make? Unless you're going to be thinking about it and asking the questions about it and delving into it and going, how could that be true? My answer finally came, and it's energy. That's how. We're all energy. And energy is not put in boxes. Energy just is. And we are all that, and we are all connected. And that's why you know your best friend is calling before you even get the call. It's energy. And energy does not give a shit what you want. It just says yes. I'm going to have a crap day. Yes. I'm going to have the best day of my life. Yes. It doesn't care. This whole thing about God protecting you from yourself. Some of the gurus, guru just means teacher, by the way, dispeller of darkness. Hello. The teachers want us to step into the light that we already are. And yet we insist on going, oh my God, I've got to fix myself. It's understandable that we feel this way. All I am asking you to do is to expand your vision into a place where you say, there might be something good outside of this. And I'm just going to leave a little space open for it here on the side. I'm just going to leave a little mental space open that, it is remotely possible. It's remotely possible that something unexpectedly good could happen to me at any moment. How could I possibly say that? What kind of chutzpah is that? You know what? It's not chutzpah. It's because you've experienced it. You have had good things happen to you. You've fallen in love. You've been invited to the big party. You've suddenly got $40 from out of nowhere. You've had it happen. Because if it were up to us, as entrained as we are, to suffer our way to happiness, which will never happen, I forget how I started my sentence. Hate when that happens. But we've been entrained to be miserable. So we're like, it doesn't matter if I'm happy. It doesn't matter if I feel better. What's the point? Who cares? I'm just going to go back to being miserable. I'm just going to go back to reality. What if I told you, as I am telling you, that you do not have to live in misery? You do not have to live in the expectation of life is hard. You can make it less hard. Would that be okay? Put a 1 in the chat if that would be okay with you. I'd like to know. Or put a 2 if you're like, I feel really resistant to that shit. How could I possibly let myself feel better? Then I'll never get anywhere. That's where I used to be entrained. And I'm still coming out of it. That's okay. Awesome, Tracy. Thank you. Yeah. See, it's the little motion. It's the little steps. If you try to go from I'm living under a bridge to I'm just going to do a bunch of affirmations about I'm living in wealth, you still have to take your body with you. You still have to take your mind with you. You still have to take your consciousness with you. It might take a little bit of building in here. Emotion, mind, consciousness. For you to actually literally get out from under the bridge. Which is literally figuratively what I did. I didn't live under a bridge, but I went homeless in my 50s. I was emotionally broken. I had lost somebody. I was grieving. My body was broken. The doctors wouldn't operate. I was out in California, and California sucks for that. And I ran out of money. In my 50s. So let me tell you, if you're thinking I could never do this, you're full of crap. Yes, you can. You don't have to. God knows you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. But my thing is, at that point, I had to do something because of I'm a perseverer. So I was like, God damn it, if I'm going to die in the streets old and stupid, it's not going to be for lack of trying. So I was ready to try. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Keep that up for me and share it out. Thank you. Share it with some of your friends. Share this with some of your friends. I'm here 6 days a week. Here 6 days a week. I love it. Plus, it's so important that we start to understand what awakening really is. We have to start to understand what it really is. Because for a long time, I thought it meant, being woke or being awakened. I thought it went as far as, I understand that we're all in this together and we should all be kind to each other and we should figure out a way to live on the same planet without killing each other, all of which is really good stuff. And not everybody knows that yet, right? But that's not as far as it goes, not even by a, please, no. That's the start of it. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me that hey Glow, that we are so powerful and that we are so aware in certain ways. And then in other ways, here comes the patriarchal shroud up against our face and we can't see. You know what? You don't need your eyes. You need how you feel. You need your creativity, your imagination, your intuition, your insight. That's what you need. That's what you need to start leaning into. All that stuff that the patriarchy says is not important because it's girly and weak. Do you know why they've said that for 26,000 fucking years? Because it's just that strong. It's powerful. Freaking powerful. You are ridiculously powerful. Powerful. Do you hear me? There was a study, I think it's called the Mersey study, I believe, in England. There were all of these towns that were just experiencing tremendous violence and crime. And they collected a bunch of meditators who went into this town and they meditated for, I don't know how long it was, a month? I don't know. I'm going to have to go look it up so I can tell this story better next time. But I've heard this story for years. I've heard some, aspects of this story for years. Long story short, the crime rate dropped by 16% in that one town. And the only change was those meditators. We are made of energy. Think about it. The last time that you either fell in love with a person or with an idea and you got all charged up, you got like, this is going to be so great. Oh my God. You just got so happy. What were you doing there? You were focused. You were focused. Because the energy, you had created the energy from your attention and your recognition of, oh, that's really awesome. I feel good about that. You created it. It didn't come from that thing or that idea or that person. It came from, I love how I feel in this situation. I love it. So you've just generated all of that. And then you hand it off, like patriarchy says to you. You hand it off. Oh, that was just the situation. Well, that's just that person I'm in love with and now they've left me and I'm not just really sad and grieving, but I'm done. No, you're not. No, you're really not. Now, it's really hard to get through our heads. It's really, really a big deal, which is why I hope that you are going to think about this stuff and start to do a little bit of trolling through YouTube for either for my stuff or for Abraham Hicks, Bashar, who else? You guys probably know lots of other people. Dolores Cannon was an amazing teacher. Hi, Natasha. Oh, thanks for the follow, sweetheart. Would you share it out for me too while you're being such an awesome human? Not like you're not always, probably, right? Because we are all really pretty awesome. Oh, thank you. I want you to think about this stuff. I want you to think about it practically. What we've been, one of the big patriarchal curtains that we've been locked behind in our own consciousness and surrounded by, reminded of it in so many ways throughout all of our lives, is this idea that we are separate from our power. We're separate from the godness, what I call the godness. We're separate from our wholeness, that we are inherently flawed. Seriously. The whole original sin thing, if you think you know better, you're full of crap. No, you don't. You may know better, like I have forever. But until you see where all of the spider webs have gone out into the other aspects of your life, just like the one I mentioned at the beginning, where you're like, I don't have an answer for that thing. And since I don't know what it is, because nobody's ever talked to me about that before, I've never seen anybody get through that, and I don't know where to look, and it all feels too big for me, therefore, I can't. You can sum up the patriarchy in 2 words: I can't. And we take it all in because we have to survive. Understand, this is not about self-blame. That's more of the patriarchy. The more you beat yourself up, the worse it gets. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at me. I'm mad at the bullshit. And that's great because there's a distance between me and the bullshit. So when I'm mad at the bullshit that I'm doing, I'm not mad at me. I'm mad at this pattern. Okay, that was good. You should write that down. I'm mad at the pattern. And that means I can do something about the pattern because it's not so close up to my face that I can't see anything. When it's up against my face, I can't see it. When I pull it out like this and I can see it a little bit, oh, there may be something I can do about that. Really? You think you're going to just fix everything? Shut up. Shut up, patriarchal pattern. You're just trying to limit me. I'm not doing it. I'm not going there with you. I'm just saying that I can maybe look at this a little differently, and I am daring to believe what Lori said, that's me, what Lori said about 1%, the small steps being the freaking most powerful steps you could ever take in any freaking lifetime. I'm not kidding. The feminine is small, but it is way mightier than the masculine. It's the birth principle. It's the birth principle. Oh, thank you, Aktu. Do you know how much energy it takes to birth something? Do you know how much energy it takes to be born? That's astronomical freaking power. That generative power. It is undeniable. You cannot tell somebody who's giving birth to just cross their legs. That baby's coming out. That's feminine power. That's what you are. And that's what all of us are. Women and men. It's what we are. And we've taken on the patriarchal bullshit of pay no attention to that feminine behind the curtain. It's weak. It won't help you. We need you to believe in the whole structure of what we've got going on here, which is this castle, and you're in the tower. And only somebody else can rescue you, not you. Turns out you can rescue you. What a difference. How can I freaking rescue myself? I'm completely clueless. I know, I feel your pain. We've been given all of that. We've been given that entire construct. So one of the most important things that we can do is question it. We can question its reality. And we're doing that already, aren't we? Going to the No King's Day March on this Saturday? I am. You know, we look around us at our world and we go, things are really crappy in this country. And it's really scary. And it's really fucked up. And I'm in Ohio, where they want to track your pregnancy. Fuck you. There's a lot I could say right now, but I will be at least slightly appropriate and not say any of it. Thanks for the hearts and roses, you guys. So is there a place within this evolution for our anger? Because we're fucking angry. And we have every right to be. There is a place. You need to listen to yourself. This is what we've been denied. We've been denied our own selves. And here's the real kick in the ass. It's great to get angry at the stuff outside of yourself that has held you down. Oh, thank you, Aktu. It's good. It's good. That's building up your boundaries and your strength and your outrage, and that's really good. Do that. Why? Because it strengthens you. At a certain point in our journey, that kind of stuff, well, it's not just one point, but there are certain circumstances, certain times of growth where we need to see that something unjust is happening, and then we go, I'm not putting up with that crap anymore. Ugh, stop it. I hate you. Get away from me. I'm gone. That's very good, because you just saved your own life. The kick in the ass is when you realize that you have taken in some behaviors, a lot of attitudes, a lot of expectations as part of our survival, as part of your survival, that make you believe the words, I can't. It occurred to me in the 1980s. I went into a workshop, and it was about money, your money beliefs. You can work on your money beliefs. I lost my freaking mind. I went, no fucking way. I'm not working on that. I'll be working on that for the rest of my damn life. That's not how I want to live my life. Thanks, Rock 6. It's not how I want to do it. So I just backed away from that. I backed away from things like, you have to do affirmations, because the affirmations didn't make me feel any better. So what was the point? Because all I was doing was going, I have $1 million, I have $1 million, I have $1 million, and then feeling like a shithead because I didn't have $1 million. Whenever something you're doing is you beating up on you, you are playing the old patriarchal bullshit game. So the first step is noticing, is going, geez, yeah, that doesn't make me feel any better. You're right, that sucks. Why is it important that you feel better? Because your life is made of vibrational frequency. And how you feel is all vibrational frequency. It's not one feeling. And don't be afraid of yourself. It's more about where are you trending, not, oh no, I had a limiting thought. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The big trick is to let in some light. Let in a little bit of light. And understanding while you do that what you've just done is changed your freaking point of attraction. Isn't that something? You mean just by my letting myself take a moment, and like I did this morning, I'm sitting here with my computer, I'm going, I think I might just lose my freaking mind. I got to get out of here. I'm like, and I said to myself, where are you going? I'm like, I don't know. I'm coffee. Now I have plenty of coffee in my house, but no, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to go to United Dairy Farmers and get myself some of that crap coffee they have that's all sweet and fun. I'm like, okay, let's go. And it really changed my life today. Oh, thank you. I love those lights. They're so cool. I wish they could stay. Like, I wish they could, like, hang behind me. Well, Lori, get some lights hanging behind you. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Natasha. By the way, I do tarot readings as well. So if you're into tarot, I'm busy building that page. It's almost ready. But if you're interested in tarot and you've seen me do tarot before and you think, yeah, I'd like to explore that, just send me a DM or put something in the chat and we can talk about it. Okay. And tarot, I don't use tarot as a predictor. It's none of my frickin' business if you get back together with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. I don't care. That's not what I care about. I care about if you are feeling a little bit of sovereignty in your life. I care about if you understand and start to take a little bit of empowerment and play with it, noodle with it, and go, then maybe. Because we have been swimming in this toxic sea our whole lives. So it is unreasonable AF to say to ourselves, I should understand this in an evening and I should be better by tomorrow. That's crazy. Please. The whole idea of this perfectionistic thing and this, like, it's got to be here quickly, it's all part of the patriarchal thing. It's all meant to keep you down energetically. Now, it's not like the orange nightmare knows about that. He doesn't know about the energy. He doesn't know about anything. He's an idiot. But this is where we've been as a human consciousness over the last, I guess it's 26,000 years, since the time of Atlantis, apparently. And certainly for the last 2,600. Doesn't really matter to us. We haven't been alive nearly that long. But all of our lives, we've been in this maze, right? We've been in this maze. And so what we've done is we've tried to get out of it because we're not stupid. I'm like, shit, I don't like these rules. I want to get out of here. And so we take all of the translations of all of the myths, the hero with the sword rescuing the maiden from the tower, and the person with the sword hacking their way through the bushes to escape the evil castle, and all of these kinds of things. We take them as it's got to be a fight. It's got to be heroic. It's got to be showy. And that energy is great, by the way. When you use that energy, which is very much akin to anger energy, and you're using it for the purpose of freedom, it's really good. But where you get the guard at the door is who says, you just thought of that 2 seconds ago and you're still not out, you can't do it. I'm being extremely literal. As somebody who has been looking at her impatience for a long time, it's a terrible thing. But it's great when you see it. And you go, oh, So I know that thing now, at least I know it here. How can I make it real for me? And the guard at the door goes, well, you don't know how, so give it up. You'll never figure it out. You're too old, you're too stupid, you're too whatever. And your job is to go, I'm not sure that's true. No, I think there's more power in my looking at things that shed a little bit of light on the subject of me. And I think I'm going to do it in small increments, what Lori calls the 1% solution, because those are the steps that get right past the guards at the gate of your brain and your nervous system and your heart. That's what gets right past the guard, is the little tiny steps. They don't see you coming. That's how I got out of 40 years of clinical depression. I don't know that I need any more proof than that. I don't know. I know I don't for me, but, I don't know that I have a better example than that. So listen, I wrote a book for you guys. You don't have to pay anything. It's 26 pages long, and it's all about how I did that. It's all about, using these small steps and the focus on the energy and the not pushing it out, not freaking out, running away, or dulling it with wine like I used to do, or with chocolate, or whatever it was, My teaching is about helping people understand that the system it's just how enveloping it is, how we have taken inside ourselves the jailer's job of keeping ourselves down, keeping ourselves weak, keeping blah, 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 blah. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you, sweetheart. We've taken on that job. We don't want to think that. We're like, no, I'm a victim. No, you are not. There will be moments of victimhood in our lives. And there are real things that are victimhood stuff. Can we say Trumpstein files? There's real victimhood in life. There is. I'm talking about your source code, my source code. Impossible and frustrating and whatever else it is to understand this, to even say this. I came into this life not remembering that I came into this life with some kind of agenda. I wanted to learn some things. I wanted to experience some things. And it sucked. Don't have to pretty it up. It sucked. I mean, broken homeless in your mid-50s? Are you kidding me? The social shame just about killed me. Okay, you guys, share this out, will you, so we have more people in here? I still haven't found the ideal time to come on so that a lot of people will be able to be helped by this stuff, but I keep trying. Maybe 4 in the afternoon is the better time. Maybe 3 in the afternoon, maybe noon, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I'm glad you're here with me, because you make my world turn around. This is something I love to do. So thanks for being here with me, really. The minute you hear a truth, something that rings as a truth for you, something that you go, ooh, that resonates. I resonate with that. That sounds right to me. The gift in that moment can easily be squelched by the guard at the tower door. Don't let it. It can be squelched by, yeah, but you're still a loser. Yeah, but you don't know how to use the information. Yeah, well, now you're going to have to go and make it work. You're going to have to go figure that out. And since you haven't figured anything else out, you're not going to figure. You know the guard at the door intimately. You just think it's your trauma. You think it's your issues. It's not. It's your programming. It's the grooves in your brain. It's the expectations that you practice. So when you start to include something else in your focus, you don't have to look away from what you've always said. Just be you with all of your fucked up focuses, whatever. Doesn't matter. Leave yourself alone. Just bring in something a little bit lighter in energy and see what happens. See if it doesn't make you feel a little better, and understand that when you feel better, you have just changed your point of attraction. Nothing is more important than that. So hard for us to remember. We're such doers. We're such doers. It's plasticity, baby. Yes. 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 So my suspicion is that in this age of Aquarius, in the next 10, 20, 40 years, whatever it is, that we're going to be moving more and more and more into all of this, that what we're going to come to understand is where we actually are in relationship to our own selves. And we are in the power seat. We've always been there, but we didn't know it. So if you don't know it, you're not there. It's like, it's one of those weird spiritual conundrums. That's what makes us absolutely crazy. We're like, I understand this spiritual stuff. Why is my life still sucking? It must be me. No, the thought, it must be me, is the patriarchy again. It stops you from being curious, genuinely curious. It stops you from going, there has to be an answer here. I'm going to find it. I may not know what it is yet, but I know that none of this stuff is working. That was the gift of me going homeless. That was the gift to me of homelessness. I had nothing left. And when you have nothing left, when you know that everything you've ever tried, the efforting, the schooling, the workshopping, the spending of the money on the next training for life coaching or whatever the hell it is you've paid your money for, when you know that all of that stuff has multiple times left you high and dry, and now you're without the money, you're without any sense of direction, you're without any feeling like you have anything at all to offer the world, and you're shamed, you gotta find another answer if you're gonna survive. You gotta find something to build your life on that's real. Authenticity is spirituality. Yeah, baby. Get real with yourself. Buy yourself a freaking journal. Turn on your phone and record yourself going, this is bullshit. Whatever. Practice being real. It is so much fun. It's why I love acting so desperately. I love acting. And it's why I'm writing a freaking movie. To talk about all this stuff in a way that is digestible and fun and interesting and awakening. And it's pretty amazing. There's a movie that's like that. It's not about, hi Patricia. It's about how advertising has twisted us and given us a false idea of what we're supposed to be, of what normal is, and how it has absolutely literally brainwashed us. It was very enlightening. That was the first, in 2010 I saw it when it came out. And it's 45 minutes long, it's a documentary, and it's fun. It's humorous. It's also like, what? One of the best movies I know. Go watch it. And what it did for me was it made me go, wait a second, hold on, time out, man. Here I am judging my ass against all of these other women in the world, the Billboard women of the world. I'm like, I'll never be as pretty as they are. I'll never have that life. Yeah. What? Being on a billboard? No, they're beautiful. They're thin. I was 40 pounds heavier a few years back until I got diabetes, so side effect of illness is you can get something good out of it. Who knew? But you can't. And then I watched this movie, and there's this whole segment in the movie about how, I'm going to say pretty much none of those images that we see on billboards, in magazines, are even a real person. And I'm not talking AI. I'm talking what they do is they do like at least 20 or 30 rounds for one advertisement, 20 or 30 rounds about, do you like this woman's breasts? Do you like this woman's eyes? Do you like this woman's mouth? Let's put them together. These aren't even real people. And when I saw that, I went, holy mother, seriously? I've been holding myself to a standard that doesn't even exist. And that was really, that I could feel it took some of the weight off of me. And I felt like, oh, it's not all my fault. That's what the patriarchy wants you to do, is believe everything's your fault. It's all up to you, you're all alone, and you can't. How's that for a prison? And none of that's true. It's not actually true. But you have to be pissed off enough, done enough, struggling enough, in pain enough, whatever it takes for you, to go from feeling like the victim that we have learned to be, to starting to question the jail cell. Are these bars really made of iron? Let me find out. Let me start experiment with this stuff. Is it true? Do I really? Do I really believe that I can't change? Really? I mean, I changed from the time I was 4. I'm different today than I was 5 years ago. So clearly I can change. But is there a way that I can do it on my time frame, where I'm a part of this? Yes, you can. But nobody's going to hand you that walk through the door. You have to walk through the door. You have to. So listening to a talk like this is part of you walking up to that door. That's what it's for. It's to make you go, wait a second. Let me look at some of this stuff a little differently. Maybe I'll get somewhere else. Hey, 84, thanks for joining us. Because as long as we keep fighting the structure, and I'm not saying we shouldn't fight the structure, it's an interesting time to be alive. Thank you, Shauna, for sending 84, looks like. Like, I'm going, my pleasure, my great pleasure. I'm going to the No King's Day March this Saturday. I've gone to the other 2. I will keep going to them as long as we need to, and I will do whatever it is in my power to do with my physical body as I feel drawn to do it. But one thing I've learned, and this is not a judgment on anybody else, this is for me. And if you resonate with it, then think about it, do something with it. Or not. It's all up to you. It's all up to each one of us. What I learned was that my energy is so freaking powerful. So is yours. The higher energy, even just by 1%, I am not talking about how you have to be in a bliss state. Please, please don't go there. Every time that you feel like crap inside, you're beating yourself up, or you're confused and you're telling yourself it's all your fault, and any time in the middle of that, you allow a slightly different thought of, I might be being a little hard on myself, and maybe there's a way, maybe, do I have to be? Do I have to be hard on myself? Is that a requisite? Is that a prerequisite for getting somewhere? Because I've been being hard on myself for 40 years and I'm still miserable. So I don't know that it's really working. How's that working out for you? I am not a Dr. Phil fan, but that phrase is pretty good. How's that working out for you? It's not working out for you. It's not. So I think that's a damn good reason to start saying, you know what, there's something else here that I've not even been told about. There's something around me. It's energy. I don't even know what that means, but I want to find out. I'm told that the energy is most noticeable through my emotions, my feelings, my senses. So maybe I'll start to become more aware of my emotions and how they feel. There's just so much ground here to be fascinated with if you're me. Or if you're really tired of being sad and sick and done. Oh, wow. So I so appreciate you listening to this, because if this didn't resonate in some way with you, you wouldn't still be here. And so you and I are, what Abraham Hicks says is, we're on the cutting edge. It's the truth. God, imagine breaking through. Okay. What's a good example? Maybe just the truth. So we go from thinking, I have no power, and my life is just what it is, and there's stuff that's wrong with me, and I have these limitations, and I'm traumatized, and so I keep doing this thing, so I need to go heal it. I need to go fix me. And so we go and we try all of that. And we maybe make a little bit of progress, or even a lot bit of progress, but we're still not free. God, I got to go back and do it all over again. And after you've done that enough times, you're like, you know what? I am so tired. And I've seen other people succeeding. Why can't I? What is the difference? What's the difference? Well, part of it's alignment. And what I mean is, alignment with your isness, alignment with the light of who you are, without circumstance, without belongings, and without behaviors. In those moments, you are so free, and you know that. You felt them. And what I'm saying is, we can begin to become a part of that in a conscious way, instead of waiting for the next moment of, oh, thank God that came along to make me feel better. We can actually generate some of that feeling, and it is important. And that's just the coolest shit on the planet. That's what the planet is made of. It's what you're made of. It's what I'm made of. It's what we're all made. It's what the universe is made of. It's energy. God is energy. Hello. It's so exciting when you start to see that the bill of goods we've been sold is in fact a bill of goods, and you go, wait a second. It's easy to then go into being a victim and go, I can't get out of it. I don't know how to do that. That's too big. It's too big for me. I can't do it. Baby, I understand. But you don't have to do anything big. That's the patriarchy talking again. What you're going to do is not big, it's small. 1% solution. Because the small is the biggest power in the universe. This is physics, you guys. It's physics. Oh, that's woo-woo. I hate that phrase. Because it's a put down of the feminine. You bet your fucking ass it's woo-woo. It's more powerful than your strategies 17 times a day and 1,000,000 times on Sunday. You bet your ass it's woo-woo, and I have great respect for woo-woo, so shut up. What am I mad at? I'm mad at the resonance I still feel with that description of woo-woo. It's like, ooh, it's weak, and it's not weak. It's the feminine. It's the intuition, the inspiration, the creativity, the questions, the things you can't see. The things you can't see are what builds our reality. So there. Anything you guys want to talk about in the next 10 minutes before I jump off? Anything that this has brought up in you that you're like, I got a question, or no, I get it, but I'm not getting it, or anything like that? Any thoughts to share with each other? Because we're in a community, baby. We're in a human community. And yeah, we've learned to stay away from each other, but I object, Your Honor. I object. Here, let me pull some tarot cards for us. That should be fun. So given the part about us being infinite beings, what about it, baby? Let me answer you without waiting for you to answer me, because maybe this will answer this. You can't be anything but infinite if you are energy. Is it new? Awesome. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. And Gianna, girl, I hear you. What are the steps to take? The steps to take. Okay, first the energy. First the us being. If we are made of energy, okay, think of it this way. Aren't you made of like molecules and atoms and things like that? Like your body is literally made of molecules and atoms and stuff like that. And those things are made of energy. If you take an atom and you split it, you can blow up the world. You haven't made the atom bigger, you made it smaller in order to have magnificently bigger power. It's not a very positive power, but you understand what I'm saying. The smaller the power, the smaller the thing, the bigger its power. How cool is that? So next time somebody says to you, you're too feminine, go, thank you. Knowing that you're mighty. And if you are energy, yeah, exactly, Shauna. So, I'm so glad you asked me. So, in physics, they say energy never dies. It just changes form. It's like water. When water boils and it all boils all the way out of your pot because you forgot you put it on there, what is it? What is the shape that changes? The water, it changes into steam. I don't know where the steam goes, but energy does not die. It just changes shape. And we are no different. Right? Yeah. I know. This stuff is like, what? This is so cool. See, this is where I am. This is where I'm at with it right now. It's like, this is so freaking cool. I know. Like, it doesn't even piss me off anymore. It's just like, this is the coolest shit on the planet. Bring me more. And it turns out, quantum physics, about which I know almost nothing, but quantum physics says that everything, anything you could imagine, everything is in a wave state, an energetic wave state. And when we focus, it stops being a wave and it becomes a point. That's manifestation. That's manifestation. Now, we've been effed up by being told that if you just focus long enough on that thing you want, it has to come. That is such a waste of your time. It's very trippy. It's such a waste of your time. Go for quality of life. This is my advice. Go for a better quality of life and let the details fill in. Let the details fill in. What do you care if it's something you love or something you love even more? It's still something you love. Just feel better, and the energy that you're putting out there is going to impact the way you think. The more you look into it, the more you feel this, the more you surround yourself with some people who are on the same like investigative journey that you are. Not everybody will be, but you'll find them. Go watch Abraham Hicks on YouTube. You want to feel the company? Go watch Abraham Hicks. Go watch Mike Dooley. Go watch Bashar. Go watch Dolores Cannon. Keep watching me. I'm here 6 times a week. Go watch some people. It doesn't cost you anything but time and interest. You're welcome, Shauna. Thank you so, so much for asking that. See, that's what has to happen. People have to say, I don't know what you're talking about, or else I just keep going. And then it's just another piece of dogma that doesn't really help. And I'm all about, like, let's make it practical. Practical spirituality is the only shit on earth that makes any sense to me. If you just tell me, well, just have faith, my question's always going to be, have faith in what? I want to know what you mean. Have faith in what? Have faith in God. What does that mean? How do I use it? How do I live it? Not like, oh, I'm going to reject it because I don't understand it. No, like, oh, let me see if that can have any juice for me to help me move forward, to help me be stronger or lighter. Okay, I'm going to leave this right here. And I will be back not tomorrow, but on Thursday at 4 o'clock Eastern. And it's been an absolute delight. I can't thank you enough for being here. Please share this with other people. When you talk to them, tell them that there's a crazy lady out here talking about stuff that's really cool. Okay? Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Oh, I appreciate you too, Shauna. I also appreciate the phenomenal. That's cool. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. I like it. I will quote you. All right. See you guys.